Boston Harbor was wide and the water was green. We found a mooring near the waterfront and made the lines fast. The city stood tall and old against the sky. We walked the streets and saw the people, sailors, tourists, the young and the old. We went into the pubs. They were cool and dark inside. The beer was cold and the food tasted of the salt and the grill. There were the museums where the old things were kept. Musicians were playing on the corners for coins. It was a fine place to be. We left Boston and sailed north. Marblehead came first. An old, hard town, built on granite rock. The harbor was crowded with boats. Men there knew the sea and how to fight in it. The houses were close to the shore, watching the water. Then we went on to Salem. 20 people were killed there, executed in the years between 1692 and 1693. They were found guilty of being witches when they were not. Near there, beneath the green water, was the wreck of the Whydah. The pirate Sam Bellamy commanded her. She was a slave ship, then a rich ship, full of gold and silver from many countries. She went down in a storm. The treasure is still there, beneath the sand and the water, a ghost ship on the bottom. We headed for Gloucester. It is the oldest port, and it is a good port for men who fish. Most times we like to sail fast and feel the pull of the boat, but it was a fine thing to coast along at 4 knots. The water was flat and the air was still. A man does not always need to be heeled over. He does not always need the rail in the sea and the green water coming over the bow. Sometimes it is enough to move slowly and watch the coast and be quiet on the water. Gloucester is a place of old stone and salt, and it has a hard history. On the edge of the sea stands the bronze man at the helm. He is there for all the men who went out and did not come back. The bars are dark and smell of tobacco and the sea. In the crow's nest, they talk of the Andrea gale. They talk of the perfect storm and the men the water took. They talk of Howard Blackburn, too. In 1883, Blackburn was on the Grace L. Fears. He was in a dory with a man named Welch when the winter storm came. It was a very bad storm. They were separated from the schooner and the cold was a physical thing. Blackburn lost his mittens in the sea. He knew his hands would freeze and become useless, so he wrapped them around the oars. He let them freeze in a hook so he could keep rowing. Welch was not as strong. He gave up and lay down in the bottom of the boat. On the second day, Welch died. Blackburn did not throw him over. He rowed the dead man all the way to the shore because he wanted him to have a grave in the earth. It was a brave thing to do. We went to Rockport by land. It was a village of granite and the sea. Now the tourists come to eat lobster and ice cream in the sun. The cottages are colorful and the fishing shacks are old. In the harbor, the boats lay still on their moorings. It was a good harbor, and it looked like a time that had passed. Back in Gloucester, the weather turned bad. A squall hit the anchorage hard. Some boats dragged. It was rough weather and taught us about good anchors and the skill to set them right. Summer waned. The weather shifted. Big storms came north along the coast. We pointed the bow south. First, the Cape Cod Canal, then Buzzards Bay. The weather was good for sailing. We made 8 knots. The boat ripped along. It gave a man a sense of freedom, accomplishment. We used wind and ocean power. No fossil fuel, no stench. There is no experience like standing on the bowsprit of a fine boat. She cuts the sea. You look forward and you look aft. The spray hits your face. It is cold and good. Sometimes the dolphins swim with you. With the sails trimmed right, a good boat steers herself. The captain watches the wind. He watches for other ships. He watches for the rocks. The rocks are the worst. They have no captain to steer them away. A yacht cabin is a fine thing. It keeps out the storm. It keeps out the troubles of life. It is a safe place for a man. New England sailors are brave. They have good skill. They sail through a crowded anchorage and they do not fear. It is a good thing to watch them. They move with finesse.
This, guys, this is 2 scoops and a waffle cone in Marion at the Gone Country Creamery, so I suggest you come here. You can get your money's worth.
Vessel calling pilot, boat. Vessel calling pilot.
Newport, Rhode Island is the capital of sailing. The harbor is full of boats. There are small yachts and there are large schooners and super yachts in the deep water. They are all beautiful. The town is full of bars and sailors. You can smell the salt. You can feel the adventure in the wind. The sun went down. The captain and the crew prepared for the night. You could not see well. The wind blew stronger, and the waves were menacing in the dark. 8 hours later, the sun came up. It was a new day, and all was well. It was another night. There was no wind. The diesel engine pushed the boat and the captain waited. He wanted the wind back. In the morning, the wind came. It was a fresh breeze. The current was strong, and the entrance to the Delaware Bay was hard. Then Coralia anchored off Cape Henlopen. It was over too soon. Maintenance came next. Preparation. We would leave for the tropics in the fall. We sat and remembered the summer in the north. It had been a good summer.